name is Nicholas Nyack. I'm a sophomore in construction engineering and management, and today I'm going to share with you a little bit about my summer 2019. Now, unfortunately, this summer I did not get to work with a construction company, and instead I spent my summer at Riverbend Music and Concert Center, which was a very interesting place to be working at. So, first, a little bit of history on Riverbend. Work on the concert venue itself took place starting on June 2nd, 1983. The concert venue itself cost about $9 million to make, and in today's money that is roughly $23.1 million. Now, the concert venue itself opened around July 4th, 1984, and construction on the building took about a year, and the original purpose was for the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra to use. And this was a way to revitalize music in Cincinnati. And because the venue was one of 16 outdoor major venues in the United States, it held this purpose. It let a lot of different bands from across the country and the world come in and perform in Cincinnati. Now, that's all well and good. And we'll start off looking at this picture right here, which is of the concert venue itself. And as you can see, it is made up of two separate parts, the first being the actual venue itself with dedicated seating, and the second is this grassy portion along the outside. And this part of the concert venue was known as the lawn. Now, the lawn started off being just plain old grass. That's why it got the name lawn. And as the maximum capacity of the venue itself was around 20,500 people, the lawn became a bit of an issue, as it would house around 14,500 people every concert when they sold out. That's good, but it can lead to some major issues over time. So two of these issues in the upkeep of the lawn were, of course, the 45,000 people that would show up for these concerts, and the Ohio River flooding. Now, these issues sometimes would combine, not in the form of flooding during a concert, but more in rain. And during these times, concert goers were seen throwing mud at each other from across the venue and generally just disrupting the lawn and how it looked. So in an attempt to fix these major issues, Riverbend Concert Center called in two companies, Moats and Green Tech. And these two companies combined to create Riverbend Music Center Turf, which was specially designed and created for this venue as a way to wick away all of the moisture as well as spilled drinks and other liquids that would get on the lawn during these concerts. Now, the lawn itself was made up of 5 layers, the first layer being 120,000 square feet of turf. This synthetic turf was pretty common for Moats at the time, but underneath it was 660,000 pounds of sand, which was antibacterial and prevented basically bacteria from growing and from the lawn from being destroyed again. Under that were 2 layers of crushed limestone, and finally on the bottom were roughly 1.04 miles of drainage pipe. Now, I've firsthand seen flooding on this lawn, and I've seen drinks and various other things spilled on it, and I can attest that it does its job. It wicks away pretty much all of the liquids that get on it almost immediately. After concerts, we'd have employees that would go out and squirt the lawn off and get all of these spilled liquids off of it. And every time after a cleanup, it looked brand new. Next, I'm going to talk a bit about what I got to do as part of the concert crew. So, my job basically entailed being on the beverage supply crew, which meant walking through these gigantic crowds at the end of every show and during to supply the various booths around the stadium with their drinks during the show. So, 2 of the major things that I had to deal with were inventory and logistics. We would order supplies basically every week, and we would have to know, okay, if X, Y, and Z concerts are coming through, they're going to have roughly 60,000 people combined, so we need to order X amount of this beverage and X amount of that beverage. And every week we would have to go through the supplies, know the concert and the crowd, know what types of drinks they would buy, and purchase drinks based on that. Now, this took a lot of work, and one of my greatest triumphs during this whole process was that throughout the summer we kept not perfect inventory, but near perfect inventory. We never ran out of items, and we kept all of the booths stocked with their appropriate merchandise throughout the entire summer. And one of the biggest lessons that I learned was that it is nearly impossible to keep everybody happy. On some concerts, our major management would want some drink that we would not have the appropriate stock for and we couldn't order in time. And when these situations came, it would just, all of our prior planning would pretty much go up in smoke. But throughout all these times, we learned how to work better as a team and how to apply all the knowledge that we had gained throughout the summer to deal with these various supplying issues and making sure that we had enough in reserve to use. So this has been a little view into my summer 2019, and thank you for watching.